Hello and welcome. I am Hani Kithani, co-founder and COO of 10,000 Startups India, which is a platform for startups from idea through IPO for fundraising, virtual incubation, and acceleration. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to our guests, Vikesh and Vinita Shah, founder of 99 Pancakes. Yes, you heard it right, 99 Pancakes. So, hi Vikesh and hi Vinita. How are you guys doing?
Hi,
Good, good. Hi.
good. We are doing very good. Hope you are fine.
Very well. Thank you so much. So, whose idea was it, 99 Pancakes originally, and how did you come up with this idea?
So see, idea. So normally I am into a lot of food stuff, and idea was there from even before 3 to 4 years opening 99 pancakes. Idea was always there because I used to do a lot of catering supplies and all. So once I was traveling to Europe in Amsterdam, so I had that idea. Even I discussed with her, and she was also very excited, but not as a retail format, but initially into catering supplies and all. But then even one of my friend and she both pushed me for this to launch it in a retail format.
Amazing. So, before we get into 99 Pancakes, let's learn about your background a little bit more because I found it very interesting. I read a lot of articles about you and, a lot of videos. Do tell us more about your background first. And I would really love to know and curious to understand how did you guys meet? Was it at a bakery?
So we have a proper love marriage kind of a thing, in that early days. Like, mom and dad and everybody's against us, that kind of a thing. But we were finally able to crack it, and, we are happily married today. So, at that time also, I was working in a bakery itself. I had my small business of catering supplies and all. That's when she met. So frankly, she have also struggled a lot with me because initially we were not into a much bigger numbers, and we were staying in a very small house. So she has really helped me, and she has managed me to help reach here. So that's very nice of her. Always been a support. And by the way, she is also handling all my accounts and most of the things in day-to-day activities. So 100% paisa aata hai, so I am accountable to her also. So that's the thing. So initially, I started this business before 21 years now, and before 3 years, only 4 years, we launched 99 Pancakes, and yeah, it's been really good of our customers and all that we took this brand to this level, and now I'm really looking to take it to a next level because we have the brand, we have the product, and we our inspiration is like becoming a Starbucks or something like of that we know that now we can really grow from here.
Truly amazing, and the story is really beautiful. How you guys met and how you have been, with each other, supporting all your struggles, all your challenges, and overcoming it together. So, Vikesh, also you have already mentioned how Binita has been instrumental in your success. It can be the smallest thing, and the biggest thing that she has done till date. And Binita, can you tell us more? How was your journey throughout from your perspective?
My journey, of course, there was a struggling period that both of us went through. But somehow I was very much confident that, we would actually get success somewhere. And the hard work that he's putting into and the potential that he has, always, I always pushed him to anything and everything that he wanted to do in work, and never told him no. That okay, fine, just don't take this risk of doing this work, this particular work. And I always pushed him. This Europe concept was this pancake was also pushed by me, and we were like, he was like, no, I won't be able to do it, and things will really not move. But I said, this is one thing which people would love to do, love in India, and nobody has this. So I'm sure you will get great success. So just have faith in yourself, and I mean, you have a lot, and you're a risk taker. So I mean, everything will just fall in place. Just don't think too much. Just move ahead.
That
So
is
that's
amazing. You
how,
guys are
and
truly.
yes, we have two beautiful daughters, so we're taking care of them as well. And my daughters have also stayed in a very small place earlier, and from there we've reached, and all because of him. So I'm really proud of him.
That is so inspiring, to learn about how you overcame all the struggles and challenges in your life. So, Vikesh, I want to understand from your perspective, what do you feel, about women entrepreneurs, how important they are in your business and your startup?
So see, you see everywhere now, women, people talk of women empowerment, and the way I see is women's are most important part of any business. Frankly speaking, they are more trustable also, and they know what they have to do. If you see a guy, he will be like a layman attitude that okay, karte hai, nahi karte. But you give a work to any girl or a lady, they are more prompt and more focused, and also you can trust them very very easily also, and they are worth it. So I think the whole business industry is also now changing, more women's like you, like her. So she handles my whole accounts, but there are many people, many women in the team also. But and my CEO also, who's in Australia right now, she's also a very dedicated lady. So I really see a bigger role of women's in each and every business. You can really bank on them. No, two thoughts about it.
Don't forget Lucky Charm too.
So that is true again.
Definitely, definitely. And in India, we pray to women. So,
That is
yeah.
what that works. That works a lot. So I will tell you one. Benita says that do this. So I get that double to triple confidence, like she's saying. So I think it's gonna happen. So that's one another thing. What happens?
The gut feelings of a woman are actually, better than men.
Right.
I really relate to that.
We say it's a seventh sense, or maybe a sixth sense, and we have one more sense than them, so that's a seventh sense. So we were like, hit it, come on, let's go.
Definitely. So, would you guys mind, sharing something? Probably you must have faced, a challenge which was very difficult for you to overcome. How did you guys, resolve that together and overcome it?
So see, I feel every obstacle is again an opportunity. So initially, frankly, we started 99 pancakes because there was a demonetization happened, and I wanted to be more into a retail format. So at that point of time, we were really down. Okay, what we'll do, and then we started this as a concept. If you see today also, it is like COVID times, we are in COVID times, but again I feel it's an opportunity because now more organized market is coming up. A lot of small players are gone, that small outlets, and they were copying us. Many things people were just saying, okay, ye kya hai? This is very easy, we can also do it. So all that things are gone, and it's a new market with smaller number of players. So again, I always see all these opportunities when there is a bad phase. So bad phases are part and parcel of life. I have seen, like, huge up and downs in my life, but still I have enjoyed it thoroughly. So I see a failure as a point of start where it is ending. So I take it very positive in any sense. Like, even when we started 99 pancakes, you won't believe, pancakes as a concept was very new to India. No one even knew what is a pancake. And once we started the store, there was like store could not open because of the road works and all. So 3 months, you won't believe, the store was ready, but we were just seeing that when it will open. And we couldn't open because no access was there to the store. And a new concept in India. So already I was so down that what will happen, what not, I don't know. But everything has its own time. So I am always positive about the downsides in my life.
And always hard work always pays off. So that's always there. So
Definitely.
his hard work
Despite of the
has.
uncertainties, yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
Vinita, you were
yeah.
saying something.
Yes, tell me.
Vinita, you were saying something.
That's it. That his hard work always pays off. So he's been working hard since the time of my marriage, and I always before my marriage like this is a guy who's has some potential, and he is not going to
Give up.
just let me go or let us fail any time in our lives. So like yeah, this is one person whom I can
Absolutely amazing. Tell us more about how your team was supporting you, during as your business, while you launched it, COVID also hit. How you all as a team took it as a challenge and how you came up back in the market after COVID.
So initial COVID times were not very, very good. Everybody was confused that what is going to happen, what not. And we also, like any other human, were thinking, aage ka what we'll do, whether we, close the venture, think of something new or something. But somewhere I thought, like, I have been into this industry from 20, 21 years now. And I have people working with me from last 15, 20 years. So they have made me earn also the kind of money, the kind of stage I am at this point. So I would not like them ke acha now we don't have work, you go to do whatever. So we had a meeting, we have a small team, we had a meeting that okay, these are the worst of times, we need to support each other. And you won't believe, each and every one of them tell me, sir, you don't worry, we are there with you, whatever you can afford at this point, whatever is possible, you tell us, if not, that is also fine. So they really took me out and give that confidence that okay, chalo, 2 3 months we will pay say less salary, or a 50% or then 75% kind of a thing. So we worked out a plan also. And they then stood by myself also, and that confidence again got me to that building part, that this is now a real chance. Because when we opened again after 3 months to 6 months time, we saw the sales are coming up very nice. Even in lockdowns we are doing decently good, not like a pre-COVID level kind of a thing, but still we were at 60 70% of sales. And right now again we are coming back to normal things, and we are also paying our staff what we were paying before. So yes, they also had a really good supporting time with me, each and every staff, including my production team, including my operations and all. So all have actually supported me in that time.
Our production team people told us that ma'am, just don't pay us salary. We have been working with sir since last 20 years, and we've grown with him. So it's like it's just fine, we are there with you, so you just don't need to worry about it. So he has a good back-end team. So I'm and a good person himself, that he's taken care of people in such a manner that people just come up and tell us that just don't pay us money, we don't need the money, we're there with you, sir, so don't worry. So for like a person, him, I mean, he like a person, I'm like very supportive to his team. So I'm really proud of him that way also.
Superb. I really, can relate. When you have a great team, you can build a great business and go to another level without any doubt. So, truly, it's great that you acknowledge your team efforts and the team support, that you have got till date. So let's get to some interesting questions. Let's understand more about how do you come up with these flavors, and how do you manage to maintain these flavors all through the year, and Can you share a little bit? I mean, not confidential details, definitely, but a little bit, because public
Yeah.
wants to know.
Yeah. So see, what we did is, so into the industry from 20 years, I know the taste buds of Indian people also. And, I was into like catering supplies. So I had that quantity supplies and, how to manage the logistic parts and all. So when we opened the stores, there was no plan of, getting into like 50 stores in 2 years time. We were just opening a small neighborhood kind of a store and thought of, okay, chalo, next store we'll do next year. But people started popping up ke, we want your franchise. And I saw a lot of people copying us. So then I thought of, okay, let's also expand. Kaisa now that somebody's copied us and we are there only. So I changed my mind at that point and started craving franchising and all. The best part what we do in our recipe process is, it's a premix based, and everything comes from our central warehouse to the stores, and it is made live. We have a training team also who trains the staff there with all the recipe parts and make sure that the product, the quality, the presentation, everything is the same. So we did it from the start. So I don't know, but I had some feeling about it that I will open it really organized, in an organized way, 99 pancakes, and that really helped me. And even my experience of past 15 to 20 years helped me scaling that fast. So I was very easy to manage the logistic part, because I see many brands, acha sales hota hai, but that particular outlet does good, but then other outlets fail because they are not able to manage. So that is what our edge was, that we were very easily able to manage because of the whole part was premix based and supply based.
That is amazing. So, tell us, what was the biggest risk that you took? This thinking about getting out a franchisee, it is very capital intensive. And how did you manage to take this, big kind of risk? Did you have that kind of a backup, or how was it?
No, so I have always started with my own money. Basically, I have never financed myself, or from the start only. I have never took any lending part or debt part kind of a thing. So we made a small investment in this store, and then the risk was always, okay, we will lose that kind of investment. But I always start on a very smaller note. So I keep in my mind, okay, if this is gone, it's gone. So I really don't bother about, and obviously I don't take that big risk also. But I play a lot of blind, because I have that feeling now after 20 years. I know that what will click, what will not click. So that even gut feeling works a lot. And 100% we do our whole paperwork, and all the demographics and statistic part, that what is the requirement. But I feel somewhere, when you create a brand, you also require a lot of luck also, and a lot of good wishes from your friends, family also, and your customers for sure. So I think, in that sense, God has been really kind, and we have reached this level. So it's not much of a risk taking from my part. But yeah, I do a lot of ideation about the products and all, and that is where I think the success comes.
Absolutely. So, Vinita, you tell us a few qualities of Vikesh that you would say that is, very amusing and different from others.
His patience. He has a lot of patience in him. When 99 Pancakes started, as he always said, that there was a road construction happening and stuff, and I got frustrated at a point of time, like, do you know that road locations you've chosen, like, you very well knew that there's a constructions going to take place over here, and how did you choose this place? So it's a matter of just 3 to 4 months, and the construction took about 6 to 7 months, if I'm not mistaken. And after 3 months, though, I lost my patience. I'm like, what's happening? That this is not working. Can you just put your hard work? I mean, can you just do something regarding this? And he was like, just wait, just relax, things will move. I'm like, will move like this? Are you sure? They're like, yeah, it will. So don't worry, everything will fall in place. I'm like, okay, fine. So yeah, that's it.
That's
And
absolutely
even,
amazing.
and I would tell you in personal thing, if I'm a little short temper, not my temper, but I speak a lot. So then I'm just speaking and he's quiet, and I'm like, finished. Can I say an one liner and he's sorted? So I'm like, okay, fine. So you could have told this one liner earlier before I'm speaking a lot. So he's like, okay, I wanted you to speak out, and then I could explain you how it would work. I'm like, okay, fine. So that's
That's
how it
very
is.
understanding. But then here I would like to add, once you speak out loud, then they get that time and then they phrase it and then they put it on you, and then it's
Exactly. This is how he is. This is
just
how
kidding.
he
I
is.
don't have any experience. Just kidding.
Of course, of course.
So speaking about logistics and locations, how do you choose this? What was your first location, and how do you choose your next location? What would it be?
So see, location wise, we opened our first store in Kalagoda. So initially, when I was opening, it was in a lane, it was in a by lane, not even on the road. But what I saw is there's one guy, Ayub, who's selling rolls, and he's very famous. And he has like 100 200 cars every night standing there. So what I saw and what I thought was that okay, spicy खाने के बाद कुछ मीठा तो खाना पड़ेगा. So that was the thought process in opening that first location. Okay, let me try out, and I know people will like to have something sweet after that spicy thing. And initially, even now also, we look for more of a good locations where there is better footfall, and which creates a market also. So sometimes you have some things where you go on a very off location, the rentals are a bit low, but then you struggle, you have to make your clientele. Here I understood in this process that you have to have the best of location where there are colleges, where there is a footfall, lot of food joints, and your thing will automatically, the people will come, and you have your product which is very good, and it will run faster. So that is how I evaluate the locations, and personally I make a point, I go to the location, whatever is it, wherever is it, and finalize the location.
True. So I think that is the really right approach. How you look at your locations and stores where it should be. Definitely. What about people that take your franchise? How do you choose that? What is the kind of process that people have to follow to get that franchise and to get shortlisted by you as a person who can get the franchise?
Right. So see, franchising is a very mixed bag kind of a thing. It's like a marriage. You don't know whom you are marrying to. So sometimes you are really happy, sometimes you fail also, because when you have that first meeting, everybody is very positive. Okay, I also feel he is a good person, he also feels that okay, yes, we have a good brand. But then when you work together, like out of 10 franchisees, you get 2 to 3 franchisees who will not want to follow the standards, not want to pay for marketing and all those points. So yeah, that one part we have been also, like, I've learned my thing, and that's the reason also I'm going into this funding round. Because see, I would have always been a successful person if I will give franchisee and all, I would be always cash rich, I know that. But somewhere now I want to change this model into a company operated model, where I have more of a control on the product also, and more of a control of the IP also. So that is the reason I want to go in for a funding round, that I will now open a company on company operated model. Because franchising is very good, to scale up, it is very nice, we made the brand out of it also. But if I see 10 years from now or 5 years from now, there is a lot of dispute which happens with some of the franchises, wherein we don't want to waste our time in solving their problems. So that is the whole but yeah, franchisees have been also very good. I've always seen the people who have taken franchises and they feel this is their mainstream business. They have really succeeded. But for people who just invest and then work somewhere else, and they are all on their staff and all, so I have seen even downfall in franchises, to be very frank. So that evaluation, I have learned my lesson in this 3.5 years time, that now what I exactly want to do. Even tomorrow I am planning to give a franchise, but in a company operated model, wherein again we will require that capital and funds, and plus we will do marketing, and plus we will control the whole organization, whole shop of them. So again, I am planning to give a franchise, but in a more organic way, with a company operated format.
So till date, how do you manage your challenges with this, with the disputes? How do you resolve this? Do you have a team, or you do it yourself? And there are a lot of other risks when you go to retail, right? So how do you manage all that?
So see, there is a lot of thought process that happens every time. So we have a team, we have fortnight meetings and weekly meetings. We keep on analyzing. I am more of a production guy. I know more of a taste buds of Indian palates. So my work is always on the production side of it. That how we should sell this product and at what price points. So challenges are always there. Sometimes the locations are wrong, sometimes the rentals are too high, so that evaluation part always comes, on the bestest of locations, but if you have that rental, even with the sales, your EBITDA is not positive. So franchisees are always very very positive, frankly. They are like they will recover their money in like 6 months time, 5 months time, and they'll be free. So their thought process is always very, so over a period of time you learn a lot of things, that and for the next time you are ready to take that challenge very easily. So that is the main thing what I do. I keep on marking. Okay, this was done wrong last time, so this time we come up with an idea where the process is more simpler, and that is how I have built this brand and came up to this level also.
Amazing. Also, I am very curious to learn. So, how much of your process is centralized till date? Is it how much percentage of your process is centralized, or everything goes, through you and then it is completed?
Yeah. So 90% of the process is centralized. 90% of products are supplied by us only, from the premix to all the toppings and all. Only a few things, out of our demographics, where store is in Delhi or Chennai, like some fruits or some fresh vegetables and all. Except that, everything has been supplied by us. We have a weekly supplying process. So most of our things are raw materials, so they have a shelf life of 3 to 6 months. So every week, every 15 days, we supply them a monthly stock kind of a thing. And yeah, 100% we support. Some things are missed or something, we support them by couriering it or something like that. But yeah, most of our things are centrally supplied.
Amazing. So, my next question is there any plan to go global with this?
Yes, 100%. So, we have already opened a store in Melbourne in 2020 November, and which is also doing very good. So, my CEO is there only in Melbourne. She's an Australian now. So, she is there. She is working, very hard there, and 100% we will look forward for even franchising there, because there the franchising are much organized. It happens in a much organized way than India, if you see. And even there, so we are also doing a pilot kind of a project to just evaluate how our so we are just testing the waters. But yeah, still we are doing a good break even in, like they have like 5544 lockdowns till now. So but still we are doing good, and we are very positive about it. But international market again is a huge market. Once we get this first round going on, I'm very sure that second to third year we'll explore that also.
That is amazing. So do tell us about your fundraising process. How is it going till date? And what are your plans in future for the fundraising?
So we started just thinking of a fundraise from this January, February 2021, and again the lockdown came in, and then we were also thinking that what to do and what not. But yeah, I've been meeting people. The best part is whoever we are pitching knows 99 Pancakes. So it's the best thing that they know where they are investing, what they are investing. Second part will come about the valuation part. That is a bit of negotiation part which will happen, but till now, touchwood, we have very good positive responses. We have also learned many things in this talks, because when I talk to anybody, they will also have their suggestions, what we can do and what not. So 100% I'm open to it, that in that way also, because yeah, I understand my business, but I am always open to a opinion, and it is a healthy thing always to do. So yeah, I've been talking to a lot of investors, and they are really excited about it, and that's the reason also I have contacted you also, because I've been seeing you all doing really really good. So even Linesh is a very dynamic guy, so I really like the way he presents, and he talks. So I'm very positive about it that the first round will happen through you only.
Honey, you know what? One fine day, he just came up to me and was like, "You must hear this video, and it's really nice." And I'm like, "Okay, okay." And suddenly I saw you. I'm like, "Wow, this is really nice." So I'm like, "Good, good work you're doing."
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the acknowledgement. And definitely 99 Pancakes is so popular. I can actually tell people, do you want to invest in 99 Pancakes? They were like, of course. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Of course, we can actually we can start a crowdfunding campaign and start asking people, start investing in 99 Pancakes, and we can close this in sooner than later. So
Right.
Wow.
yeah, just out of curiosity, do you have any openings for a food taster kind of a profile?
Yes, 100%. For sure, we will require many, many people, and we have an opening for that for sure. Anytime.
So tell us more about the profiles you're hiring. How do you hire? Is there any process in place? Like what kind of profiles do you look for? And to also help people to understand, is there any requirement for you?
Right. So we have a HR in place. Basically, she's also very good at hiring and analyzing, and we do a lot of trial round also. So we have two kind of hiring processes. One is the management level, who does the whole operational part of it. One is the production level, who are actually maybe not very good at management, but yeah, they are very good at cooking and making. So we analyze both the people accordingly to their jobs, and then we also do a trial run of say 30 days or 45 days, and after that we actually decide that okay, now you are properly hired. So, and yeah, most of the time I look for more in operations. I look for more of a people with a good background who already have that knowledge, and in stores we look for a more of a raw kind of a people where we can train, and our process is very simple. So a person like you also can make good pancakes in a week's time. So that is very easy what we have made. So that way we do our hiring part.
Do we do that? Do we have a like a program where normal people can come down and do their own pancakes and things like that?
Yes, so pre-COVID we were doing it. We were doing a lot of festivals also, wherein in Children's Day we were calling childrens to make, and even housewives we were doing that session. Right now we'll be starting back, because initially you are not allowed, and a lot of social distancing and stuff is there. So, but yeah, we have that program, and even that we are thinking to promote it on a much larger way. If you teach everybody like a YouTube channel or something like that. So we are planning that too, that wherein we will give recipes that how to make. Even we have a plan of selling our own premixes and all. in future. So because again, premix is something we want to reach each and every house. So 99 Pancakes is already famous, and with the edge of the brand, we can very easily penetrate to each and every house, teach them by YouTube and many channels that how is the process, sell all the toppings also. So again, second year, I am looking forward for a good FMCG segment also. So that is also on the cards parallelly with the stores.
Superb. That is very interesting. The programs that you mentioned, and of course, your future plan of premixes, which is going to be very popular, I'm sure, because nowadays
Yes.
you are very curious to know what people are eating outside your locality.
True.
And with the COVID, with the digital transformation, all and everywhere, people know whatever is going
Yes.
on here and there. So definitely,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
very interesting.
And
And
premix, if I say pancakes is a USB, like, not many people are doing, and you really like to cook yourself, even it's with the premix, you like to serve to your friends. So it's a very good thing. But yeah, 100% I am thinking that big way.
definitely. So it was a pleasure talking to you both on a Sunday. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you so much.
Thank
It was
you.
really nice talking to you. I really liked it.
The feeling is mutual. And shall we take a selfie together?
Sure,
Sure.
sure, 100%.
Smile. Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much. And you guys have
Thank
been
you. Thank
great.
you.
Bye.
I am really looking forward to meet you all. And
Same here.
I am going to, spend my Sunday evening on a 99 pancake store today. I have a store nearby. So thank you
Sure.
so much for this delicacy, launched in India.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Same here. Same here. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Looking forward
See
to
you.
seeing you
Bye.
again.
Thank you. Take care.
So, anything or update some information that you may have seen we missed out or something in this session?
I think we have covered most of the things. I think you were really good at asking proper right questions. But yeah, I think I don't think so. We need to add. If something is there, I'll surely tell you. But
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can
yeah.
have one more
Definitely.
session, and you can just take us
I
to
would
another
love
level.
I would love to do that.
So we can
And
do
if you
that.
all are in Mumbai, so where are you in Mumbai?
we are in Parel. We
Parel,
stay in
Parel.
Parel, but mostly our office is in South Mumbai at Hughes Road. So mostly we be in town.
Yeah. So in fact, we should actually catch up once. Linesh is also in Mumbai. We can definitely catch
100%.
up
100%.
based on your availability. And I'll definitely brag today that I had a meeting with Vikesh Shah, the founder of 99 Pancakes, in front of my family members.
Thank you so much, and you are
Thank
welcome. Anytime you come to South Mumbai or this side, just tell me. I'm always on the floor only. I'll be happy to meet you for sure.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Vikesh. Thank you, Benita. Pleasure meeting you
Thank
both.
you.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. See you.